Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of the Brazilian Jiu-jitsu Hour. My name is Stefanos Kokis. With me, as always, is Cody Tuttle and Michael Mijas. And tonight we have Josh Hayden. Recently participated at the ADCC trials that we streamed about a month ago. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome.
Tired.
Great. Just got done training.
Same here. I think we all did actually.
Yeah.
How do you train your scrubs?
Yeah, well, yeah, I put my scrubs back on. I showed up to the gym in my scrubs. I've had these on all day. They're probably covered in fucking blood, so I probably shouldn't be in my house. I must really take off my scrubs as soon as I get home, but I hopped on the podcast as soon as I got home, so I didn't have time to change. So breaking the house rules here. My wife's
Dedicated.
gonna be mad, but whatever.
All right.
So, yeah, we got Josh on tonight. If you guys don't know who he is, he was on the ADCC trials live stream that we did, breaking feet left and right, breaking foots. So, Josh, you want to pick up a little history about like your jiu-jitsu career up until this point and how you got started and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, I first got started. My little brother, he was training jiu-jitsu and for about 2 years, and I played college football, broke my ankle, and I wasn't doing anything. I got out of college and I got fat. I was lazy. I wasn't doing nothing. And he was like, "Hey, man, you should just try it out. Just try it out." And I was like, well, I'll wait till I get in shape like everybody else does. And then I just was like, fuck it. I'm just going to get in there. And got in and been in it ever since. And I was started at Nice Guy Submission in Owensboro, Kentucky, my hometown. And, I progressed. I just started competing. And then one thing led to another. And now I'm in Florida. I have my own school, Gracie Fishhawk, in Lithia outside of Tampa. And it's been over a little over 4 years now. And still learning, still getting better like everybody else. It's been a crazy journey. Definitely happened fast.
How'd you end up outside of Tampa?
Whenever I went to ADCC and competed in China, I had met Robbie D'Onofrio, who also competed at ADCC. He was a trial winner as well, and we were talking in China, and he asked me about my training regimen, what I was doing, and I was training about 3 days a week and working 50 hours a week at U.S. Bank, and he just told me, he's like, well, man, if you want, you can come instruct in my gym, and he planted that seed, and ever since that day, I was just like, man, if I could train every day, I would. If I could train every day, I would. Then I sat in my cubicle for about 6 months, and I hated it because the whole time I was like, if I could train, I would. If I could train, I would. Then one day I was just like, oh, I do have an opportunity. I can train. I just got to take that opportunity. So I called him and told him I wanted to come down, and one thing led to another, and now it is what it is now.
So when you won the North American trials in 2012, or I guess it was 2013, you were only training 3 days a week?
Yeah. It was about 3 days because I have kids. I have kids, and so my occupation was my main priority. I love training, but unfortunately, I trained at a good gym that was a competition gym, and everybody. So whenever I trained, I was training 3 days a week, but it was 2 hours, 2 hours a session, and we were doing 15 minutes of technique and straight rolling for the next hour and 45 minutes. And I had good training partners, good competitors, a lot of experience in the gym. Joe Bays was my instructor, and he had competed in ADCC in 2011. He lost to Rodolfo Vieira in the first round. So I had the experience, and my little brother, he's a monster, and I was around a good group of guys that were competitors. So that aided in excelling, in competition.
What's your question about Joey Bays? Was that your main influence for leg locks right there? Was that your let's say, was that your main, like, was that the guy that introduced you to leg locks? Is that your main guy?
Yeah, well, Joe had taught my brother leg locks, so we'll rewind a little bit. Before I got into the gym, Jason, my brother, Jason Hayden, he had been training with Joe Bays, and he would come home and he would tell me, he's like, hey man, let me work this stuff on you. Let me work this stuff on you. So I let him drill the stuff on me, and I was like, wait, that's cool. So he taught me at home. Then so whenever I kind of had like a head start when I went to the gym, so I kind of knew some leg locks. I mean, it was like 6 months I'd been at home. Like I knew about leg locks, so I go in the gym and then I'd try them on people. And Joe kind of see me and was like, hey, this guy's pretty good. So then he started investing time into me. Then he showed me everything, started showing me what to do from the heel hook, and then everything just kind of evolved because then I got better at leg locks, and we forced evolution on each other.
That sounds about right.
So, how many footlock victories do you think that you have in competition so far? Like, I mean, like percentage wise or like number wise. Like, I mean, you beat a ton of dudes with footlocks.
Honestly, I only have since I've been in Florida, I only have the win. I've only won twice by points, and I've had one arm bar and one north south, and I've had over like 60, 70 matches, and I've lost. I think I've lost to Lecce, I lost to Lovato, I lost in a GQ one time to points. I've only lost by points, and all my wins aside from those wins with the armbar and points and were by leg locks, and they're all finishes. So,
that's like 90-some%.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of leg locks.
That's an extremely ratio leg lock to other submissions ratio. That's pretty.
You talked about those two losses to Lucas Ledge, Lovato. I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about match with Lovato. Nobody likes losing, but it's Rafael Lovato, and you just said you've been training for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, a little over now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that, and he didn't get submitted, and Lovato submits tons of dudes. His submission percentage is probably really high up there as well. He's got that whole.
He basically submits everybody. Submits everybody.
He's campaigning that save jiu-jitsu like anti-points thing. Like he's a submission machine himself. And I watched that match, and that was at 5 grappling, right? So heel hooks weren't allowed, right?
Yeah. That was my first time stepping out of my rule set, because I usually do the ADCC rules, or I did the highest end, and I've done Naga to where you could reap and you could do the heel hook. So I was limited, but I was willing to expand.
Yeah. So that rule set basically took away one of your major weapons, and you still did really well. What was it like grappling Lovato? Like, and then my second part to that question is, what do you think that you need to do to get up to that level where you're beating guys at that league level? Like, what's the next step for you to take it to that level?
Man, first off, whenever I first started training jiu-jitsu, everybody, you watch videos, you want to see the top guys, and Lovato was definitely one of them. So it was I don't really get starstruck because I know that that everybody's just a human being, and so I just know that they're another man, and they can be submitted just like I can, and especially in competition. Usually I get kind of starstruck afterwards. I'm like, holy shit, I just competed against Lovato. It was awesome competing against him, but he felt just like he didn't feel any different than anybody I've ever trained with. But the experience was there because usually people don't know how to handle what I do, like my hip bump and my half guard and stuff. But it was pretty awesome competing against him. But I couldn't make him mess up. That's the thing, that chess game that we play. I couldn't make him make a mistake, and so I had to open up against him, and he capitalized, which was, it was a cool experience. I feel like I gained a lot from that loss. I always try to look. Whenever I lose, my first thought is, what can I learn from this? What did I do wrong? What I need to do? So that goes back into your question. I feel like my next step is I gotta work on taking people down. is what I need to get to. Because if I'm on top, I really personally, in my experiences of being on top, if I'm on top, people get submitted in less than 45 seconds. So if I'm on top, that I feel more comfortable working there. I don't care what level it is. As far as my confidence I'm confident that I could submit anybody from top, even if they knew I was going to the legs or not. So getting on top is my next step. Wrestling. I've been working a lot of wrestling. Been working with Eric Grajales. He wrestled for Michigan, and he was third in the NCAA tournaments last year. So that's who I've been working with at Gracie, Tampa.
I saw the body lock takedown that you hit at that same 5 grappling tournament that looked like it was pretty highlight reel worthy. Like you just slammed that dude. It was awesome, sure.
Yeah, that was cool.
Now the other loss, grappling Lucas Leitch. You know, that's another black belt world champion. You know, I just wanted you to talk about being at ADCC, what it was like. You know, just that whole experience of competing at ADCC after you won the trials.
Man, first off, when I got there, I knew the level of guys that were going to be there. So I kind of, again, I don't get starstruck until afterwards. Because, I mean, I seen, you know, when I get there, seeing Keenan Cornelius, seeing, you know, Rafa Mendez, and seeing Cyborg and Pablo and all them, you know, it was cool at first, but everybody's in that competition mode, so people aren't really talking because you know that they might be in your weight class that you're competing, so all the competitors are in this like competition mindset. Then so at first it was cool. I just wanted to see people compete. Then after I went against Lecce, and I mean that match, man, it was I was in the zone, so I really didn't think about it as being at ADCC. It didn't hit me till afterwards. So I was just in another match with another guy, and it was a heck of a chess match for me. I was trying to make him mess up, and I opened up, and he capitalized on it. He passed my guard, then I gave him an arm bar, got out, and we were standing up. And then that goes back to what I need to work on is wrestling, because I couldn't get him down. I couldn't get him in my half guard. So I'm still on that journey trying to figure out, you know, my wrestling and trying to get that really savvy and getting as comfortable as possible with wrestling. But the overall experience, especially after the matches, my match, it was so cool watching everybody compete. Because when you go to a tournament and you, like, say a NOG or a Grappler's Quest, it's not, you watch one match, you know who's going to be there. And then you don't really watch all the matches. At ADCC, it's like, holy shit, Hoffa's on this, man. Oh, JT Torres is over here. Oh, you know, Rustam's over here. Then it's like, oh, it's just, it's amazing. Yeah. And, but after the first day, you know, everybody started lightened up because, you know, some people were out of the first bracket already. So people started talking to each other. And, I mean, I took advantage of the opportunity and, you know, started talking to everyone. And it kind of, it was weird because how I feel about jiu-jitsu, I realized that everyone, all those guys, all of them, all the top level guys they're passionate about jiu-jitsu and they feel the same way I do. And it kind of like solidified some things for me. And which is why I ended up moving to Florida, because I'm like, man, they feel the same way. Well, maybe 10 years from now I could be what they are. And Cyborg and them, man, they're all beautiful people. So it was an awesome experience.
So, Josh, what is your ultimate goal in jiu-jitsu? What is it? To open a school? To be the top grappler in the world? What right now, what is your ultimate goal?
Right now, my ultimate goal is just to keep getting better and make the people around me better. Because if the better that everybody gets around me, the better I get in return. It's, you know, you give and it comes back. What you put out, you get back. And but long term, I want to win ADCC one day. I want to win my weight class. I want to see what I can do in the absolute at Abu Dhabi, the championships, and I just want to keep getting better. And you know, that's a mental battle. That's, you know, a physical battle. It's a lot of things. Because now I'm getting the dieting down. I'm figuring out how to fuel my body. I'm figuring out how to balance weightlifting and with my conditioning, with training. And now I'm teaching I got my own school, so teaching, finding the balance there. It's pretty rough, but I'm figuring it out. I got a good group of guys. I've picked up some sponsorships. Whole Body Fuel is sponsoring me, so they give me meals. I get 4 meals a day, Monday through Friday, and it's all whole food. So I mean, things are falling together. They're coming together for me. So
How do they ship you food? How do they do that?
they deliver it. They just deliver me on Monday or on Sunday or Monday. It's sometimes it changes. They deliver my meals for the week, and it's all prepped. All I do is pop it in the microwave and put it in there for a minute. Boom, and I'm good. And it's the right amount of carbs, fats, protein. Whole Body Fuel. Check them out, man. Check them out on Instagram.
Dude, man, I have this problem. I keep doing pit stops at Taco Bell and McDonald's. And
Mike's the king of the McRib.
Yeah, I gotta. Someone else delivering shit to me.
Before that 5 tournament in Miami, Miami and Texas, no lie, I was eating Taco Bell every day. No lie, I was getting the number 10 with soft shell tacos, and that's the cheesy gordita crunch. It's amazing, but I quit eating it. I don't eat it now. But
it's so good, but it's so bad for you, especially the sport in jiu-jitsu. It's so bad, but it's so good. All right, Josh, so you have the big 8-man tournament coming up next week in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Are you doing any special training for that, or are you just doing your regular training? Have you tried to check? I know we posted the names of who's going to be in it. Have you tried to check any of the guys' names out, or are you just doing your thing?
Man, I don't look up people. I never look anybody up. I don't care if it's Lovato. Of course I already know what he does because I watched guys like that. Gary Tonin, of course I know who he is, so I've seen him more than others. But I don't try to look people up because I don't really want to subconsciously be worried about what they may or may not do. I don't care. They need to worry about what I'm going to do. I don't care. I think that if I'm subconsciously worried about what they're going to do, then I'm already beat. And that's just how I feel. So I just go out, do my thing, freestyle it, whatever they give me, I'll take it, and I impose my game. That's my whole plan.
Nice. Now your first do you have all the names of the matches, Cody?
I did, but I don't have them in front of me.
I know Josh's first match is against Jay Wadsworth from New York. He's a brown belt from New York. And then in the same bracket is Pablo Castro and Christopher, is it Robinson?
I don't think I ever got that guy's last name.
I think it's Robinson, like that song, Christopher Robinson. And I think he's a brown belt from New York too. And then the other bracket, it's Gary Tonin and I think his name is Caleb Frasher, if I'm saying that correct, and Rob Sullivan and Bill Wallace. So it's an 8-man tournament. They're 8 minutes each. All the leg locks, everything's going there. The reaping, everything is good to go. And the final prize is $500. And then I think Mike is doing an absolute afterwards also. I think like $300. I'm not sure if that's. I'm gonna have to confirm that, but I think he's doing absolute with cash too. So there's gonna be multiple things going on that day, and that's gonna be the matches to kick off the day. So it's gonna be pretty exciting.
And Stefanos, how do we tune in and check that out? He's not there.
Did he leave us?
He left us.
He may be snoozing. He's probably still tired from the Gracie Nationals. Stefanos was out at the Gracie Nationals in California, and I don't think he slept out there at all.
Did you watch any of those matches by any chance? Did you catch the Gracie Nationals?
I didn't. I've been at home. My son's birthday was a couple of days ago, and I've been trying to get that balanced. Because I'm going to Florida. I mean, I quit my job and I sacrificed time away from my kids. So definitely dream chasing.
Yeah. Well, it's good to get that balance back in. Hey,
how many kids you got, Josh?
2. I got he just turned 6, and I got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old.
That's awesome.
Both boys?
Yeah, of course.
I have boys too.
I used to want one until I thought about it.
Yeah, they're rough, man. They're always jumping on you, but it's all good.
It scares me. Like that thought having girls just scares me.
Yeah, I'm glad God gave me no girls because I won't be able to handle that.
You gonna have any more?
What's
No,
that?
that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm too old, man. I don't think I can produce.
Yeah, Mike's like
shooting,
45 now.
just shooting baby powder, man. I
Oh
can't.
man.
Shit. Yeah. So hey, what's Hayden's world? What
Yeah,
is
tell us
that?
about
I've seen some of these videos.
I like them. I like them.
That's a crazy story. Because look, all right, 3 months before I won the ADCC trials, I just decided that I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna train hard. I'm gonna get focused. I'm gonna try to get all the stars aligned and see if I can do something with this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record it and call it Hayden's World just in case I do something awesome. Then 3 months later, I won the trials, and I was like, oh shit, you know, and so I had to continue to do it, and I've been doing it ever since. But the whole gist behind it was, I'm just gonna share my journey, and hopefully that I inspire somebody, and because other people inspire me, like all the other competitors, and I just figured that maybe one day, depending on what I do, it'd be worth something, and my kids can reflect on it, and whenever my time's up, my kids can, when they wonder what I was doing whenever I was 25 or what I was doing, they can just look me up and they see, my life through my eyes. So it's like when you watch the video, it's like, welcome to Hayden's World. You're seeing what I'm doing, how I'm doing things and competition. Of course, it's going to get more in depth. I do it on my own. It's a lot of, I meant, the gym, teaching, training, competing. Then I do the recording. Then I do the editing. It's how that's a lot.
It's a big time commitment for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. If you get a chance, can you dig through the archives and find our match from the ADCC trials? Where
I haven't. I could.
broke my foot.
Yeah. Hey, I want to hear about that match because Cody sent me a message afterwards after that match. He's like, hey, some guy just ripped my fucking leg off.
In the nicest way possible, he broke my foot off and gave it back to me.
Was it a heel hook or was it a straight foot lock?
It was a straight ankle lock.
It was a straight ankle.
I thought my foot was broken. I really did. I limped off the mat and I sat down and I asked this girl for some ice, and she's like, what's wrong? And she had scrubs on, and she was like from Ohio State's med school or whatever. And I was like, my foot really hurts. And like this orthopedic surgeon just happened to be standing next to her and was like, well, let me look at it. And I was like, well, this is not good. I don't want to be seeing an orthopedic surgeon like right now. And he's like, if it's black and blue tomorrow, it's broken and you're going to have surgery. I was like, that is the worst thing.
Oh.
I was like, that is fucking terrible. But,
Man.
It ended up not being, obviously it wasn't broken, but, man, it was fast. It was very, very fast. My mistake was I went for the heel hook on him, and I left my foot hanging out, and different levels.
Yeah. that was a fun match, man. That's fun. I always have fun whenever I roll with everybody. You were fun. That was good. It
was a lot of transitions. Like I don't really remember it exactly, but like it was pretty much all over the place. I was on bottom, I was on top, I was on bottom again, and then it was over. And I was like, that was cool. It was a good match.
I like to see it.
Yeah. I have the match. I know where it's at. I'll send it to you after later.
I remember seeing some guy recorded on an iPad, and I was like, I'd like to see that sometime just to see what happened.
Yeah, so, no, I'll send it to you after.
Awesome. Cool. Very cool.
I mean, I didn't know that happened. I knew it popped.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know I crippled you.
No, it was
I was on the podium. When I was the only one on the podium because nobody was able to.
You grappled John Meyer.
We're getting it around the tournament.
That was after that, and you tore. I think his MCL or something tore. What happened in the finals?
That was against Kyle Griffin. That was an awesome match. I mean, well, pretty much. I mean, he took me down, which I don't care. I'm going to half guard, whatever. He dropped back for a leg lock on me, and I deal with leg locks a lot, so I'm pretty comfortable with people attacking my legs. I'm not really worried about it too much. Of course, I respect it because I know what can happen. But I defended it. Then right after I defended, I bumped his hip, got to his leg, and I heel hooked him, and he was screaming tap.
I think I saw a picture of that. like you lock it on and like stream and tap.
Yeah.
I never saw the video, but I saw a picture of it.
I have all the videos. I'll send them to you. They're on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll post those up the rest of the week because I haven't seen any of them. I'd like to see them.
Oh, so the videos are on your YouTube channel, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, so I can.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, we'll get on that. We'll post
If you
them all up.
just search Josh Hayden, it'd be the first thing. Because I mean, I have a weird name. It's I wasn't thinking whenever I made it. John Meyer, actually, he had beat me in a Grappler's Quest. I don't remember when it was.
It wasn't that far before that. I remember seeing that match.
It was a rematch to me. In my head, I was like, because I had him in a verse heel hook, and I respect the black belts. That's just I don't know. He's a good guy. I knew him personally. He was a good guy, and I knew him on some level, and I was just like, I had him in a reverse heel hook, and I didn't crank it, and he got out. Then he ended up beating me by points, and I was gassed out. And then so in trials in the semifinals, I was like, well, I had it, and then I cranked it. Then he had to tap, and I apologized to him. I was like, man, I'm sorry. And he was like, he told me, he was like, it's my fault. I should have tapped. So
yeah,
because I hate that.
It was the if you're gonna pick an event not to tap quickly, it's the ADCC trials because everybody knows what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
So it's not your fault. There was some guy got some criticism the other actually this weekend. Jonathan Satava, one of Marcelo's black belts that just got promoted to black belt, he got locked. Just straight footlock by some dude named John. And I guess it popped is pretty bad. Someone said that he should give him more time to tap. And I'm thinking like, tap, he's gonna get out of it. And
yeah. Well, that's the thing. My thing is, when you're caught. That's the thing. Before you're even caught, before you crank an arm bar, you're caught. I know when I'm caught. I know when to tap. I know to tap before you crank on it. You know what I'm saying? I know when I'm checkmated. If I don't tap whenever I'm checkmated, that's on me. That's my ego. And I've been training leg lock since day one, and I've never been hurt by a heel hook. I've been training the reap. I've been training a full blown heel hook. My brother's been cranking them on me. I've never hurt anyone in training. I've never been hurt by a leg lock. So I don't agree with any of the stigma behind leg locks.
I agree with Josh 100%. I've been doing leg locks from day one, and I have never been hurt once, ever. Because if I'm caught, I know. If I'm caught, I know. It's you just know, and you tap. That's it.
Exactly. Or you suffer the consequences, and that's not. And to me,
it's not your responsibility for their safety at that point. What they signed up for, they know what they're getting into. Like, yeah, it'd be great if we all went home unhurt, but if you're gonna be stubborn and ignore the fact that
that's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to sleep if you don't tap to a rear naked choke. You're going to sleep. Period.
Right. And you know what? Nobody objects to that. Nobody says he shouldn't have put him to sleep. So there's.
I just think with leg lock. I think with leg locks, there's a little bit more ego involved for some reason. I think it's on the guy that's getting leg locked. I think it's his ego that takes
because it works. It works,
and it's shocking that it works on people that it doesn't happen to them in regular practice. When they get caught in the tournament, they just think that if they move this way, they're gonna get out, and it's that hollow bamboo cracking sound that's really.
Oh man, Joe did that in Ohio, didn't he? That was
bad. He snapped the dude's shit in half.
That was real bad.
Yo, I watched it and I was like, oh, that was disgusting. I don't know why that dude didn't tap. And for one, if come on, everybody in Ohio knows who Joe Bays is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was your video. You had the video of that tournament, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched your video and I could hear off in the background, he'll tap. Or someone off camera is saying he'll tap and and
that's how it is at the AGCs because Dustin Ware is the guy who runs it, and we're real good friends with him, and people know us. We traveled from Owensboro, it's 5 hours away to go compete in that tournament. We drive up, and everybody knew that we were the leg lock guys or whatever, But I mean, everybody respected it. Nobody at the AGC or OGC, when it was OGC, ever got hurt. You know, they respected leg locks. It is what it is. They just wanted to feel it. You know what I mean? And but yeah, that was crazy when Joe did that. I actually went against somebody recently, and he's a leg lock guy in Florida, and you know, I ended up, I think I broke his tibia or something like that. But it was a reverse heel hook. He almost caught me too. He had me in a reverse heel hook, but it popped out. It was a good match. It was a good match.
I didn't even know that the tibia could break from a reverse heel hook.
I didn't know neither, but
now.
there's a lot of things that I do different on leg locks. There's a lot I could break down if we ever get together.
Can you describe it without showing it? Are you able to like just talk about it in words?
Well, say a heel hook. I know how to. Well, I've done it enough that I know when I hook the heel, I know how to switch the pressure from the heel to the knee to the hip, just from the heel hook, like just from movements. Because I've done it a lot, and I've been put in the position a lot. So it's like whenever I heel hook people, they don't tap. You know, because some people will let people crank heel hooks because it's just the pressure's only in their ankle, but you're gonna tap whenever you feel it go to your knee, because it just starts twisting them. It just starts twisting your knee. Then if they get the knee bent, if you get the knee bent far enough, it goes straight to the hip. Then you start ripping their hip out. And I've hurt my hip. I ripped my growth plate off my hip when I played football back in high school, and that doesn't feel good at all.
Well, leg lock in itself is a science. And if you do it enough, you start feeling that science, and you almost know it's the science is defending it. It's like when someone puts a heel hook on me, it's not that I'm being arrogant. It's just that I've done it so many times that I know how to move every muscle in my leg, every twitch of the heel to the knee to the hip. Just like Josh explained, it's a science. But if you don't, it's something that you have to do a lot.
Yeah.
You cannot do leg locks once a week and think you're going to get out of, say, Josh's leg lock. It's not going to happen. It's something that you almost have to dedicate 50% of your training to that submission. It's that dangerous of a submission. It's not takedowns. It's not drilling arm bars. The heel hook itself it's something that it takes a lot of work to get really good at, and to defend it, it takes even more work.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, for the first 2 years, that's all I did. Break the guard, drop back, heel hook. I don't care. In the gym, that's all we did. Anytime I rolled, I failed at it a lot. You know, that's what happens. You do something, you fail at it, then you learn from it. If it fails and you run and you stop doing it, then okay, then that's your fault. But I failed on it, figured out what I needed to do to make it to work, and that's what everybody did in the gym, and now it came into what it is, and I since day one, I did the same thing I've been doing in competition. Well, I've evolved now. My game's changed, but all the way up to ADCC trials and winning that, I did the same thing every single match, every single one.
That's awesome. I love leg locks. I think
that's awesome. Too, bro. I'm gonna live, and I live by leg locks. I love them. I hate it when people talk shit about them, because they don't know anything about it. You talk shit about it, it's probably because you don't know nothing about them. You don't know anything about it. I love the arm bars. I love the chokes. But how can you like not take into consideration the other half of your body? I pass your guard, then you regain your guard, and you give me a leg. Why would I not take that? With leg locks, you take somebody's defense into your offense. You turn their defense into your offense.
Exactly.
Like what? I don't see how you can deny that. How can you say that's not valid?
And usually the people that are against leg locks are the ones that are either too lazy to drill it, or they're just scared. It's one or the other. Yeah. Either you're too lazy to do that, or it's one or the other. It's one or the other, because it's a submission, and it's.
Yeah, you can get hurt if you don't tap, and if you don't know what it is, yeah, you can get hurt. Well, that's why I put it. I posted on Facebook a long time, was huge rant about it, because saying that if you get hurt by a leg lock, or you didn't know enough about it, blame your instructor. If you don't teach leg locks in your gym, you need to go somewhere where they teach leg locks.
Dip out.
That's what needs to happen, or just do IBJJF. That's all you need to do. Yeah. Which I like the IBJJF, but I don't support them because of the leg lock thing. I don't understand that. I think that's retarded, and I'm gonna step out into that. So that's probably what I'm gonna be doing next year. And I can play that game, but I just think it's stupid.
At the brown and black belt, they gotta throw a heel.
Come on.
I mean, yeah. Why not?
Why don't they just put in the rules? Yeah. No ego. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that. That just blows my mind. Because you catch me in a heel hook in a tournament, I'm gonna tap. And you're not gonna see me get hurt.
What IBJJF tournaments are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. I got some sponsorships working in the mix with some companies that only work with IBJJF. But I don't know yet. I'm gonna do whatever comes up. I don't whether it's opens, anything. I don't know. I'm gonna step into that realm and see what it's all about.
I'd hate to see you skip no-gi worlds.
Oh, I'm not. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't skip that. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
I mean, because I see some people win it that I know that that I'm just like, man, I can win that. You know.
That's a good way to be. I can win that.
Well, might as well. I mean, because my goal, I was like, whenever I had only been training for 2 years, and I told me and my brother Jason, and which he'll go eventually. He's in the military right now, and he's after he gets out of the military, he's coming down. He's gonna train with me, and he's a lot better at leg locks than I am. So everybody, me and him train. He leg locks me every time. I try to escape. I can't do anything about it, and he's 145 pounds. So, and he fights MMA. So you'll see. We're gonna blow up, and then you're gonna have the Mendez brothers and the Meow brothers, and you have the Hayden brothers. So,
nice. Now, let me ask you a question here. Now, there's in this 8-man tournament, there's another guy in it that's everyone's raving about his leg locks. His name's Gary Tonin. How do you think if he goes for legs on you, if you guys do get to that point, how do you think your game stacks up against his?
I don't know. I don't know how to stack it. I'm curious. That's why I want to do it. That's why whenever I heard about it and you all suggested me to do it, I was like, heck yeah, because I'm up for a challenge. I mean, Gary Tonin's the guy. He's awesome, and I watched him compete against Crone, and I mean the dude's awesome, and I mean his leg locks are good. I'm curious to see what they feel like because you never know till you feel them, right. And then you get a real leg lock guy who knows how to defend it, then that changes up everything. You got people who don't know how to defend it. Yeah, you might tap to something that you shouldn't tap to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just because you have my heel hook doesn't mean you have a heel hook. You know what I mean? You don't have it all right because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm curious. I'm curious to see.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as Mike Demko told me he was about the 8-man tournament, automatically I was thinking of the ADCC and Josh, and I sent him a message, and I was like, I'm gonna do my Don King thing, the Greek ball Don King, and I want to see this match, or I want to see him in the mix because I want to see. And I love Gary. He's got great leg locks.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
I think that Josh's leg.
He's moving in slow motion. I still see him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down. It's gonna be cool. I mean, it's not guaranteed to get there to the legs, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm curious. I wanna feel his leg locks. I like feeling the high competitors. I like seeing where I'm at because then I learn something from it. It's about learning.
Now, granted, you got 2 batches to get to that, but
yeah,
that's happened. I'm really excited to. I think everybody wants to see that happen. If you're a leg lock fan, who doesn't want to see Gary and Josh exchange legs?
I've been trying to get this lined up for a while. I've been wanting because AGC was supposed to have one, and I don't know, some things happened with the advertisement or the marketing of it, and it ended up falling through. But I can't wait. Anybody, I don't care. I'd go against Pala Harris if that could get lined up. I'm down to do that.
And you might be the only person that would volunteer.
That's what all the people Paula Harris has gone against aren't leg lock people.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
Paula Harris has gone against aren't leg lock people.
Exactly, and I told Cyborg that. Me and Cyborg, we had a lunch with it was Anton, Britt, Pablo, me, Robbie, Cyborg, and China, and I told Cyborg I was like I'd trade legs with Pal Harris, and he was like, "You're crazy, bro." I was like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, I want to feel that. I want to see if what I'm doing is legit, because he's the leg lock guy, and he's messing people up. I want to see if I'm legit. I want to test my game. Why not? Why wouldn't we want to do that? He's not going to hurt me. I'm going to tap.
I don't know. There's no guarantee.
Look, if he gets past my defense, I should be tapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I'm not gonna. If my philosophy is, if you ever have to say "oh shit" or you have to do a "oh shit" move, you should have tapped already.
Yeah.
Period.
That makes sense. Like he's something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if he's all there. You know.
Oh, me too. Me too. But I mean, hey, then what happens if I go against him and I heel hook him? What happens?
Right. Yeah. Now you're the guy. You know.
Yeah.
So and I think you're close already. You know, obviously you're having a ton of success with it, and you know, I'd like to see it. I think that guy should do more grappling tournaments. I was really surprised at how well he did when he went to ADCC. I was kind of disappointed that he was going back. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think in MMA, I think that he definitely holds on the leg lock a little long. But in grappling tournaments, I mean, come on, Avalon or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
If they would have reset me in a heel hook, I would have been like, "Yo, bro, you win."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just stopped.
That's his fault. He's an idiot.
I can't believe he didn't tap as soon as they reset it. He looked where he was and was like, "This is bad."
When he heel hooked Lovato, he let go as soon as he tapped. It is what it is. I mean, you can't. I mean, I think that. Yeah, I definitely think that he has to be a certain type of person to be able to go into MMA and heel hook people like Imanari does, and he's at a heavier weight class. He definitely has to be I don't know. If somebody's punching me in my face and I get you an heel hook, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna rip it pretty hard.
And MMA is different. You know, you have to because
might be a little extra crank in there.
You're gonna get hurt.
Exactly. You know, I mean, hey.
But
my reception is gone crazy.
Cody, when are you gonna compete again, man? When are you gonna tell your clients, yo, I'm done doing things for about 2 months. I'm going to hit up No Gi Worlds.
Full time, Cody.
Dude, I competed in November and it was terrible. It was awful. Like I've been training like once a week for pretty much all of 2014. I'm doing 2 days a week now, so that's a little bit better. But God, the submission only, it was terrible. Like I was exhausted, and like the last match, all I thought about was like, can I just quit now? And like that's it. And there was actually like a point when I was like, all right, I'm done with this. And like the guy mounted me, and as soon as he mounted me, I was like, shit, no, like I'm not ready to give up yet. Like, but
yeah, I know.
I let it happen. I let him mount me, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna let him mount me.
You didn't even plan on competing that day.
No, I didn't.
We were actually there to stream the event. It was.
Maybe that's why it sucked so bad, but it felt terrible, and it made me think about not ever doing it again. But
whatever, you'll do it again.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I know what it is. It's the hair. You changed the hair, bro.
Yeah, you didn't recognize me. I had long hair.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, is that him? It's like Dragon Ball Z. You can't cut the hair, bro. Whenever you got the Super Saiyan going on, you know what I'm saying?
I forgot that I let my hair get long like that. But yeah.
That is when you had your long hair. That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of hair, I wanted to ask you what it's like to have the best hair in jiu-jitsu.
What it's like, I don't know. You had it, and you gave it.
I did. You know, everybody gives Cobrinha all this credit for having the best hair in jiu-jitsu, but I think that you're coming to take the you Especially since
you are coming for it. You got the.
He's getting older, right? He's not. You know, we don't have hair forever. Your career is going to outlast his. You'll have the best hair in jiu-jitsu.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you think my hair is good, my little brother's hair is good. I talk a lot about my little brother, but just wait. He's awesome. You'll see.
Yeah.
And he's got awesome hair. So.
But you get my vote. You get my vote for the best hair in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, the hair is pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie. I like anyone's hair because I'm so jealous because I have no hair. But
I had good barbers back in my hometown. I had Simo, Chad Morris. Check him out. He cut my hairs whenever he was cutting in the basement. And that's also how the Hayden's World thing came up, is because we had this group of guys, 6 guys, probably more, that were all like on this journey for whatever they were trying to do. And he was on this journey with being a barber. and he cut my hair in the basement. He cut Jason's hair in his basement before he had his barber's license and everything. He went to school. Then all of a sudden now he's this big time barber in my hometown, and still cuts my hair whenever I'm in town.
Nice.
So
If you want to talk about Super Saiyan hair, Mike used to have it.
Oh,
Mike used to be real Super Saiyan.
Long time ago.
must have cut your tail off. You can't be a Super Saiyan anymore.
Yeah, he just rips legs now.
Blowout. Like,
I had a fucking
straight up,
blowout.
like, Jersey blowout. Like, what year was that? Like 1985 or something like that?
Not 85. It was
85, wow.
yeah, it's fucked up.
84.
It might have been like 94.
It was I actually started shaving my hair in 2003. So 2003 was 2003 2004 I started shaving it. It started falling out, and then but up until then the shit was crazy. It was jigger glue all over the place. It was actually I don't think it was good for my hair because there's nothing left. It was pretty bad. But I used to have a big dump of hair on my head. But
It happens, I guess, you know.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna wrap you up, Josh.
Josh, we're pumped up to see you next week.
Sweet.
You want to give a shout out to any of the sponsors that are helping support you along the journey?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to New Breed, No Judges Needed, Whole Body Fuel, and a Touch of Wellness. Touch of Wellness is a massage therapist with Scott Robinson in Tampa. The dude's awesome. He gives me treatment, and he's helping me out a lot. I'm a banged up old football player. I played college, high school I played football since I was 9. I've been banged up, and he's taking care of me. So.
And what's the website for your gym? If anyone's in the area that is on vacation in the sunny state of Florida,
just go to GracieFishhawk.com and give us a call if you're ever in there. You want to train, hit us up. And we're part of Gracie Tampa, so there's 6 other locations. We got Gracie Tampa North, South, West, Palm Harbor. We got Brandon. You know we're ready to train. So if you're in the area, just hit us up.
all right, man. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming on and spending some time.
No problem, man.
Have a good night, man.
All right, man. See you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Good night. See you next week. Oh, look at that hair.
Yeah.
That's why I lost all my hair. You know how much product is in that fucking thing right now? That thing is that thing is bulletproof. I'm serious.
That doesn't look real, man.
That would ricochet bullets.
That doesn't even.
That's the real thing, baby.
I've seen that one. That's not the one that I saw. I saw the one with the finger. So, I've never seen this one. This one's new to me.
Yeah, look at that shirt, player. Look at that. Look at that.
What is that a picture? Is that a tape deck?
It's a tape deck and it says player. It was,
quality stuff.
Yes. You probably found the douchiest picture ever.
Well, I mean, there's that one and there's this one. So.
Oh, look at that hair. Look at that.
Sorry, Maria.
Hey, look at the comment. Galen Spillman.
Yeah.
Where's Galen, man? Didn't Galen become a lawyer?
Yeah, he's in law school. He's in, I think he's in like St. Louis, Missouri, somewhere around there.
Nice. Good for
Hey,
So-
Stephanus, tell everybody about the
Where's Stephanus? There he is.
I'm
past
going to
weekend.
talk about the past weekend, talk about California.
Yeah,
All right. So,
make everybody jealous of your weekend.
I don't know. Saturday was pretty bad. So I was up till my ride got here at about 5 a.m. on Friday morning, still doing editing for the overlays and stuff. And then, so I forgot some things. So I got out to California, and the guy I'm working with, James Lawson, he's a great guy. He's like the do everything, tech and otherwise stuff, I guess, for Gracie tournaments. He ran all over town trying to find the things I needed and stuff like that. And then I met Rose and Javi, and first thing Javi says to me, like I meet him, he's like, "You're the guy streaming stuff?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Don't fuck it up." I was like, "Oh boy." And then So Friday, like we set up, did some tests and everything else like that. It was crazy because it's at the Fitness Expo, and that's like the Arnold. So you see all these people setting up, all these forklifts running around, all this stuff getting set up, and so we do all our tests. They get all the mats down, all the mats are laid out, and they actually have a kids section during the Gracie tournament. So if like people have their kids with them for the day and they want to compete, they just take them and drop them off at the kids section. So they put mats over there, some like play areas, arts and crafts stuff. That was pretty cool. And then we did tests all the way up until it was go time on Saturday. And when I hit the button, nothing worked. Okay, I shouldn't say nothing worked, but the internet was bad because we were at the back of the building, and as soon as they shut these big doors, all cell signal was dead, like completely dead. So our internet connection was completely gone. And people were like, I thought it was gonna be like $400 for us to get like something, but it turns out it was $400 for us to even say we were using our own internet. That wasn't the internet that the convention center was giving us. And then they wanted a ridiculous amount of money to give us something that was even adequate, that we would even be able to use. Like you might as well hire a professional camera crew at that point. Money. So for everybody that says you can't run a stream off of LTE, you're full of shit. But anyways, so after that disaster, we regrouped, and we had a conference call. And it was actually Rose's idea to do the tape delay, and I learned how to stream out a video directly the night before. Cody, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Nope, just listening.
Okay, it looks like your mouth is moving because your video's really bad.
Sorry.
But yeah, she was like, she was like, let's just get it recorded and take it somewhere else and put it out. Can we do that? I said, yeah, we can, definitely. And so it worked out a lot better than I had imagined. And James brought his audio gear. He brought like tabletop mics, a mixer, like a real mixer, and all this other stuff. So we had really good sound quality. We had camera people. They did good. They did really good. And we had Eddie Bravo. We had, I think his name's DJ or TJ DeSantis. He's a real radio DJ out in California. So if you go and watch the stream video, he that's why he sounds super pro at it, because he's been doing it for 15 years. And of course Eddie Bravo's on there, and the guys from Inside BJJ were doing commentary. They were a little bit biased towards California. So, but I mean that's where they're from, They're all friends with everybody.
It's pretty cool that you got to meet the Inside BJJ guys. I've listened to probably every single one of their shows, so kind of jealous.
Yeah, we might. I got the one guy's. I got Tim's number, so maybe we'll do something in the future.
Is he gonna start listening to all our shows?
I don't know.
Tim, listening?
We kind of talked about the production of both of our shows, like how we do things. Then the Grammys were going on across the street, so LA was a crazy place.
It's awesome.
It's like a different world. I was walking down the street in downtown, and I hear a homeless guy start swearing at me because he has Tourette's. I'm just like, oh my god. But I mean, it was definitely an experience. I've never seen so much 10th Planet in my life. I've never seen so much 10th Planet in my life, and I've never seen so many girls show up to compete at a single tournament. And they all showed up on Sunday, which was No-Gi Day, which is the 10th Planet. They said it's like a glorified in-house 10th Planet tournament. Like you have 10th Planet LA, 10th Planet San Francisco, 10th Planet. Anywhere there's a 10th Planet, like in the West Coast, they were there. So.
And I heard that about that tournament before, that there's a lot of 10th Planet, and Eddie Bravo is a big supporter of it.
Oh, he is. He was coaching everybody from black belts all the way to like white belts and blue belts. So, and then so we were closing up. We had to be out. Everybody had to be out of the convention center by 5:15, and the tournament went until 7:30. So,
crazy.
There were mats that weren't being used. There was a warm up area right behind the match area, and all of a sudden, Rose is like, everybody move the barricades. This is now a match area. So everybody got up. There's a new match area. Then they moved the barricades from the kids area, and the kids' mats were now a match area. And it was just craziness towards the end. The very last match went on for an hour and 29 minutes, and it was 2 super heavyweights. I would have stopped the match because it was pretty much one guy smothering the other guy for an hour and a half. And he wasn't trying to tap him by submission. He was trying to tap him by pain. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy's rib is cracked or something else, because it was just a bigger guy on top of a smaller guy doing like knee on belly and shoving his like palm or his elbow in his face or on his throat or anything else like that, and the guy on the bottom just couldn't do anything. And the guy on top couldn't do a submission. Like, he had opportunities for shoulder locks, he had opportunities for chokes, he had opportunities for everything. At one point, Javi walked over and he's like, "This is still going on?" I was like, "Yeah." And then so he started coaching the one guy, and then the guy got his back. He's like, "Rear naked choke, there, you're done." And it's like, the case, he still couldn't do it. So it was just, that was a bad match. But yeah, like, I've never seen jiu-jitsu like that in my life, in terms of like the whole competition, the high level guys and everything else. Probably because we're all wrestling based over here, and they're much more jiu-jitsu over there. So it was very interesting. It was an experience, and hopefully next time it goes a lot better, a lot better. So yeah, that's California.
So we shouldn't have any problems with the stream in Slippery Rock.
As long as we can do what we did last year. Nope, not at all. We used the school's wireless. It was pretty good. Gonna go for a higher quality video. Gonna try some different things. If I get my tax return in time, or somebody helps us out with the Amazon wish list for the gear we need, probably have a little better production. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to Slippery Rock, especially after last Saturday, because I feel like I need to make up for a lot.
Redemption time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time Saturday. It's gonna be fun. A lot of people are showing up at this. I know a lot of guys from our gym and Next Level are showing up. I know the guys from Cleveland from Strong Style. I know there's gyms from all over are coming down. High Ground. I think Matt Factory got people coming up in New York. So it's gonna be
Matt, Mike, you
some
froze
good
again.
matches. You got
Mike, you keep freezing.
Well, we lost Mike again for the second time, so...
Yeah.
I'm
Fix your internet. Yeah, it should be some good matches. We had guys from New York and everything last year too. The problem was there was a blizzard or something and nobody could make it. It was all icy. So hopefully it's better this time. Although I think it's supposed to snow a lot. So.
You want to tell everyone how they can tune in on the 21st and wrap up the show?
Yeah, you guys can subscribe to us on YouTube. You should type in the BJJ Hour or the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Hour on YouTube, and you will find us there. You could also type in Gary Tonin versus Javi Vasquez, and you'll find us there too. Go watch that match. It's a really, really good match. And you can like us on Facebook, and yeah, like us, share the video, everything else. And we always post up our podcasts, and we're starting to put up blog posts. I'm gonna have something up about jiu-jitsu, sport jiu-jitsu, and the live stream and stuff. And I'm sure Mike's gonna have more rants coming up sometime. Something's gonna bother him in jiu-jitsu. So
it's already bothered. It'll probably be tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up tomorrow and think this sucks. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks, Josh, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I'd like to say one last thing about California. So the Grammys were right across the street, and so people talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce being the power couple. That's wrong. Rose and Javi are the power couple. They got stuff done. You want to talk about people who are dedicated to what they're doing? Those two. It was really, really. I don't want to say eye-opening, but it was refreshing seeing somebody that actually cared about it and followed their tournament rules and didn't have to really stray far from it. They know their stuff, and they stick with it. So, and thanks to those guys for bringing me out. So I think that's it for us this week. Anything else?
Oh, also I want to say that's Dustin Ware's tournament, March
7th,
I believe. Is it March 7th? I'm sorry, March 7th. He just got a big sponsorship with the AGC. We've done a couple of their tournaments, so congrats to him. They're gonna have black belt, and brown belts. There can be cash prizes. We're gonna have him on here the next couple of weeks to talk about it. But congrats to Dustin on that big sponsorship. And we'll see you guys next Saturday.
Yep, we'll see you then.